everyone, look who's back.
Hi!
Jazzy's back for a little bit of a break, and so we thought we'd just see how things were going. How did your year go?
Well, my year went by really fast, but it was beautiful. There were many little blessings. It wasn't always easy. I've learned a lot about living in community life, so I had my ups and downs, but overall it was a huge blessing to experience and go through this.
So what kinds of things did you do this past year?
Oh, okay, that I can answer. So this past year, I did a lot of studying. So I had different classes that I went to. Some of the classes were learning about our founder and co-founder. Some of them were learning about music, others different types of way to pray. There are so many different types of way to pray that I didn't quite know all of them, but I learned a lot about that. As well as I had an apostolate that I got to experience, so I got to work with kids on a virtual oratory from 5 years old to 14 years old, which is pretty cool. I got to meet kids from all over in different parts of the country, so we had Mexico too and Canada. I also got to work with kids in a school setting, so with kindergartners I got to experience that, like an assistant of sorts, and then just play around with them in the playground and have fun and different things like that.
Okay, and so what's next for you? What's on the horizon?
Okay, so I recently wrote a petition, which is like a letter asking to be accepted for the next year. And so the second year, because my first year is now done, the second year we call Postulancy. And so for Postulancy, I recently got accepted. And so that's next for me. I will be heading back to New Jersey and working at a summer camp. And then around August, I'll be heading to California and starting Postulancy, new studies, new experience, and meeting new people.
Okay, I know you've been staying in touch with some of the people from St. Hubert. Yeah, tell us a little bit about how that's been for you to hear from us.
It has felt so much like home. It has felt so much like home, and hearing from family members, but with people that I've never met but are impacted by this and what God's doing in my life. It has been so beautiful to meet so many different people through letters. So if you want, please write to me. I'll write back.
Okay, also, what have been some of the blessings and some of the challenges that you've had so far?
So some of the challenges, as I'm sure we all experience, is COVID. We didn't get to experience a formation, which is what they call a year of study. We didn't get to experience it like they have done in the past. So this was entirely new. We had to, it felt limited in some ways, but the blessing was that we still got to experience something. And what we did get to experience, it was all the more richer because it was just God at work in everything, and even the littlest event that typically you'd be like, okay, whatever. It was a huge blessing. Another challenge that I faced was discerning, which is absolutely normal, but I have to keep asking myself, and God, of course, because God decides, is this where you want me? Do I feel called to this community? Do I feel like I fit to this apostolate, which is the work that I do, which is with kids and teaching and playing and fostering the environment and leading them to Christ and leading Christ to them. So I have to keep asking myself these questions and asking God and spending time in prayer and just some quiet time so you can pray on your own and hear God.
Yeah, we know you also are an expert in sign language.
Oh,
and that
yes.
You're an interpreter for the deaf. Can you maybe teach us some more?
Certainly.
Maybe just, during the Mass we say, peace be with you, right?
Okay.
And so, and with your spirit, right? So if you could use your signs, how would you say that to one another?
Okay, so that's peace be with you. So you make your hands like this. You put it kind of like it's an L, but an upside down V. Then you're gonna smoosh it together, then smoosh it away from each other. That's peace. And then if you get your thumbs up, but you put your thumbs on your hand, you put it together, that's with. And then you could just sign you as a person. So you do peace be with you. And then the response is with your spirit. We, with, so we go the same thing, with. And then you put these fingers together, this finger out, and you push it, your. And then spirit, you can choose. This is where you can get fancy. You can choose your pointer or your middle finger. And then you put this one kind of out, like there's a little hole. And then you do spirit or spirit, whatever you're comfortable with. So, peace be with you and with your spirit.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, God bless you as you return, and
Thank you.
our prayers are with you.
Thank you very much, and I'm praying for all of you too.